Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Kevin and Robin here for another exciting week of wine.
Looking like a little New World theme.
Little New World theme.
I like it. Haven't done that in a while.
Do you think all our friends really know what that kind of means?
I don't know. Why don't you explain it? I think most people know.
Most people know. We went for a New World theme, so Old World wine, New World wine. I always find like the biggest difference, if we're thinking Old World wine, we're kind of talking about like Italy, France, places where grapes really originated from.
Europe.
And where they are often made to pair with food, versus where we go New World, and sometimes we just want to make things just to drink and just for pleasure.
Yeah, and it's fun to throw together. The New World's always fun, right? Because you get different grape varieties, different regions. There's no rules. They can kind of do whatever they want. They're not kind of mired down in tradition. Tradition can be a good thing, but it can also kind of hold you back from experimenting. So it's always fun to taste some stuff in the New World. And New Zealand's an area we don't really talk about too much here. So
No, we don't.
fun to jump in there. What do we got going on this week?
We've got some new stuff from Spinning Top. So the same winemakers and family as Antmore, if you've seen those in the shop and are a little more familiar with them. When I think of New Zealand, I think of two varieties that initially jumped into mind. Sauvignon Blanc, obviously,
Yeah.
and Pinot Noir, which is kind of funny because they actually didn't really do their first commercial bottling and sale of Pinot Noir until the 80s.
Yeah, New Zealand really puts the new in New World because they haven't been commercially that important for a long time. Obviously, New Zealand's not a big place. They really did kind of hang their hat on Sauvignon Blanc, and it was wineries like Cloudy Bay that really kind of made it world famous. And now New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is just ubiquitous, right? You see it everywhere. You see it, every restaurant pretty much has New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's that wine that's just, it's really easy to understand. You know, they all kind of, you know what you're getting in New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's lean, it's fresh, it's crisp. It's usually dry, although there's a few now that are sort of on the off dry side. But you're going to get that really aromatic, like kind of fresh cut grass, kind of gooseberry thing going on. And hey, there's a lot to like in them. But
I was really happy with this one actually. It had a little more like textural component to it and just slightly richer as well.
Yeah, agreed. Sometimes New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc can be a little bit too much for me. Like it's a lot of one flavor. It's like everything's kind of turned up to 11. So I like the balance here, and I like the texture on it. It's a little softer, $24.95 too. So it's kind of right in that sweet spot. New Zealand's not the cheapest place in the world to make wine. You know, it's going to be more expensive vineyards. So you got to be prepared to kind of pay around $20-25 for, I think, a more interesting example. And they did a great job. And I haven't had this Pinot Noir yet, so
me neither.
I'm gonna do that now.
Exciting. But for their Pinot Noir, I think we're gonna kind of be looking at more like raspberry as opposed to sometimes those like really bright red cherry or cranberry components. The acidity is just like a little bit softer and more tempered. That kind of subtle spicy thing going on. Really just made for sipping and enjoying.
That's nice. It's super spicy. I like the New Zealand style of Pinot Noir. I like that lightness. It doesn't have a lot of tannin going on here, so you really get that fresher style of the grape variety, but it's not sweet at all, right? You're not getting like big, goopy, rich flavors. You're getting something that's kind of like fresh and bright, easy to drink, and this is great. This is really fun. I like this a lot.
And these guys are using the Spinning Top just to sort of resemble their kind of take on what they're doing, right? Like they're going minimal intervention. So they're saying that you play a hand right off the start and then let nature take its course from there.
Yeah, this winery is big into just making sure they're environmentally sensitive. They've got all their sustainable agriculture certification on these, so that's a big part. New Zealand's very forward thinking when it comes to that. So Spinning Top on top of it, $29.95 for the Pinot.
Yeah.
Great price point for that. I think there's a lot of complexity. This is
really fresh.
Super delicious wine.
Yeah.
Really good summer Pinot Noir. I like it a lot. You want to talk about your pack, or you want to pour some rosé?
Oh man. Well, let's finish up with the pack and then we'll get into this because you know that I love this.
All right. Talk about the pack.
So we threw our two little features from the Spinning Top into the pack this week, and we added a couple other reds because the weather is changing. It is a little bit cooler. And again, we're sticking with that New World theme. So Slam Dunk. This is going to be open on the tasting bar all weekend, so you definitely want to come in and try that. Petite Syrah Zinfandel, so on that fuller body, rich plum, definitely an enjoyable wine.
Good little barbecue wine if you haven't had it yet. I know a lot of people have because it's flying out of here. It's a really fun little summer wine for, what, $26, something like that? Yeah, great value.
And Mirandal Pinotage. Don't be fooled by the Pinotage being a hybrid from Pinot Noir, because it is not like Pinot Noir. It's definitely more like Shiraz. Like it's got that richness. It's got a little spice to it. and it's from South Africa.
You're pulling out all the different ones today.
I
Like we
know.
rarely talk South Africa, we rarely talk New Zealand, so it's good. We're getting out of our sort of French, Italy, Spain centric zone. So good for you,
Totally.
Robin. I
Thank
like what
you.
you've done here. What's this pack gonna run me if I want all four?
$94.95 is what the sale
Ah,
price
that's
is,
all right.
so pretty good.
And that's online.
It's online.
There you go.
Happy
If
to
you're
deliver.
at home and you're thirsty, we can have one of these up for you by tomorrow. All right, you got a little new boxed rosé.
New boxed rosé. Let's pop this open.
I've never seen wine sell as fast as boxed rosés in summer, and we're really excited to get the Gris Marine in. So this is from L'Ermite d'Auzin, which is a producer that we've been working with for about 4 or 5 years now. Makes some of my favorite rosés, so it was awesome to be able to get this in a box.
Mm-hmm.
The price on this is awesome, right? So this is 3 liters, going for $64.
$65.
So that's $10 cheaper than the one we had on last year, and I like this more. This is like a really fresh style.
Mm-hmm.
Grape variety is,
Grenache Gris.
so again, grape variety you don't see too much. I really, really love the nose on this. This is so fresh. It just smells like kind of summertime in a glass.
Mm-hmm. And the Gris Marine, the marine really is indicative of the soil type that they've got in the area, so meaning sandy. The sandy soils are really important for them because having sandy soils, it actually reduces some of the pests and different issues that you can have. It's really good for drainage, so because they are going to be organic, it's one of the leading factors for them at being able to do that.
I've actually been to this winery, and
Yeah.
it's fun seeing the box because we were actually on holidays not far from where this wine comes from, and it's a very beachy
Mhm.
kind of area, right? They're really right on the water there, and the vineyards are just like growing in the sand, like almost right out to the Mediterranean. So it's a nice warm climate, but you get that cool summer breeze coming in off the ocean, and they make spectacular rosé because really it's all
It
anyone
smells
drinks
so
down there, right? You're in the summer, you're in the south of France. This is what you're drinking is rosé. And I think this is spectacular. This is by far my favorite boxed wine we've had for
Yeah.
rosé. So $65 for 3 liters. That's a smoking deal. Still plenty of sunshine out there.
There
We got
is.
lots of summer left. Don't be fooled by today.
And I mean, even if you get a couple cold days, don't worry, because this will last for up to a month. You can just wait for sunshine.
Wow, a month, eh?
Yep.
I think like a week is about as long as it lasts in my house. So.
I'm not talking about drinking speed. I'm
Right,
just saying the
just
wine
theoretically.
could potentially
Yeah, I
last
see
for a
where
month
you're
if you
going.
need to.
So we got this open. Speaking of New World, we got a couple other things open.
I know you got some
Right.
fun stuff.
I got busy with the corkscrew yesterday, so I've got anyone who knows the Barron's family wines. Those are back in stock. We've got a little bit of the Parts Unknown open, which is a little wine they made sort of as an homage to Anthony Bourdain. This is fantastic. If you love California Cab, you got to come down and try it. And then a brand new cab from Royal Prince,
Mhm.
$65. I think this is the best deal in Napa
That was
Cab in the shop. This
exceptional.
is spectacular. Yeah, this is everything you want in Napa Cab. It's elegant, polished, pretty, but still nice and full-bodied. So.
Yeah.
Corkscrew is busy. We got lots of stuff open. So
Kevin's on a roll, so
yeah.
you know that you need to
And I'm
come
not
in
done
this
yet.
weekend.
I'm not done by a
It's
long
only
shot.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're gonna be here all weekend drinking lots of fun stuff. So come by and say hi.